Hello, David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. You saw by that opening, we are back. We're here at Orlebar Brown, and yes, we're still enjoying the fruits of their re-release. We're actually standing in front of a rack of different 007 re-released items that they sent in just for us to have fun and play with. But look who I found in New York City, a New Yorker himself, Matt Spaiser from Bond Suits. How are you?
Hey, David, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. And the last time we saw each other was way in November of 2003, right? No.
Yeah, something like that.
It was 2020.
Yes.
So it's been a while since we've seen each other. You look good.
Yeah, you look good too.
You didn't gain the COVID-19?
No, I did not.
That's good for you, man. I don't know.
I think I lost the COVID.
You do. You look svelte.
I lost a little too much weight, probably.
That happens.
Yeah.
That definitely happens. Well, this is perfect because I wanted to talk to you today a little bit about, when we talk about Bond lifestyle and we talk about dressing, I mean, what people may or may not realize is you don't just put Bond suits together as this amazing hub of information. You live the moment. I mean, you wear the clothes yourself, and it's 91 degrees today, and you showed up in a jacket and a long sleeve shirt. Tell me why.
Well, I'm wearing a voile shirt. Now, voile is just one of the best summer
And a voile is not something you lance.
No.
That's something else.
Oh, foil.
I'm thinking of boil.
Foil.
Apologies.
So
what is voile?
Voile is a high twist cotton that breathes very well. It's like, I mean, you can if you're wearing a white voile shirt, you might be a little see-through.
Oh.
So, but I'm wearing, a mid-blue, which is...
So if you take out that jacket, am I going to see nooks and crannies to hold the melted butter?
No, not with this.
Well,
not
we just
not
need
with
to
this
know.
one. But it is very, very comfortable in the warm weather.
It'll breathe well. You won't be sweating later.
I might be sweating a little.
We're going to get pictures,
but
we'll insert them in here.
I'm wearing a hopsack blazer. Hopsack breathes quite well for wool.
Is hopsack like a tropical wool or a tropical weight wool? Like, is it lighter?
So it's just a more it's a basket weave. It can be a little more open than a lot of other weaves. It's not a tight weave. It's a looser weave. So
it's subtle but impotent. Is that kind of the way to describe it?
Sure.
Not impotent like you're thinking, folks. This is a fashion term, and it's sartorial. So this is great, but I'll tell you what, I wanted to kind of put you up here in the stance to hear this because I think it'd be very unusual for you to show up even on a 90-degree day in a t-shirt.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't show up in a t-shirt, maybe a polo shirt.
Okay.
But we're in New York City, and I feel like I don't want to dress like it's a resort here. I want to dress like I'm in the city.
Yeah.
I want to dress
cosmopolitan.
Yeah. So this just feels right to me to wear this for this occasion.
Absolutely.
I mean, if I'm just going to the park, I'm not going to wear this.
No,
I mean, Central Park is beautiful. Central Park is 1 block from here.
Yes.
But if I was spending the day there, probably wouldn't wear this.
Well, and you do something that I think is very special, should be highlighted. You take a lot of deference to the brands. I mean, here we are in Orlebar Brown. We're looking through the wonderful clothing, but you have stepped back and you felt so compelled that you took your partner in crime, Peter Brooker, and you wrote a book on the subject. What are you holding?
I'm holding my book, From Tailors with Love.
Wow. Look at that.
So this is the book that I wrote with Peter Brooker.
And it's a real book.
It's a real hardcover. This one's a hardcover.
Even smells like a real book. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
So why? We need to find out why you wrote this.
Why? Well, so Pete approached me to write this.
Okay.
Pete was the one who, I'd been thinking about it for a very long time.
Right.
But Pete really got it going. Because I don't think I could have done this myself. I needed Pete to help me with this.
Yeah.
I needed someone with a different point of view than mine to complement what I bring to this, because I didn't want to just put my blog in a book.
No.
Some people do that.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that was right.
Lazy.
It is a little lazy, I think.
So he was the yin and you were the yang? Is that?
Yeah, well, I think we
brought different things?
Sure, we brought very different things to this book, and
Right.
I think they complement each other very well.
That's perfect. And I'll tell you, as somebody that I was honored enough to get a sneak preview of the book, we've done a video on it. We'll put a link down below. But one of the things that we talked about was the journey. I mean, when people talk about an item of clothing, they don't understand that there's a journey of these tailors throughout the years. That's what you chose to really highlight, the stories behind the people.
Yeah. I mean, I think a good story is about the people.
True.
And we wanted the book to be a story, not like a style guide, not a. It doesn't tell you how to dress like Bond. I mean, there are some hints and tips in the book, but it's mostly about the story of the clothes and the story about the people who made them. So we wanted it to read like a story. It's got some adventure, love. It's like a Bond film.
Oh my gosh. And it goes very quickly like a Bond film. You've got nefarious characters, and you've got, like you, and you've got some really heroic people, like some of the people that you highlight.
Yeah, and so I feel like we wanted, we wanted the book to flow. We wanted it to be, to be accessible like a Bond film. We didn't think it'd be just for the people who were, the die-hard clothing people. We wanted it to be for everyone, all Bond fans, for clothing fans. It's not just about the people who want to dress like Bond.
So there's a gentleman named, I'll call him Jeff out there, who bought the book, and he's not a Bond lifestyle guy. He doesn't own any piece of clothing. He doesn't get up in the morning like you and I and think about this. He said he loved the book because it was a corner of Bond history that he wasn't aware of. Oh. So he's a literary guy. He loves all the books. So he bought it because it's a Bond book, and then he said, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I mean, people are really going to have a self-realization around Bond in this.
Yeah, that's so, and maybe some people will start to dress more like Bond after reading this, but maybe not.
Or be inspired.
Be inspired, yeah. I mean, I think that we want Bond to inspire us to dress well. I don't think we should want to copy Bond, but I think it's just Bond can serve as fantastic inspiration.
I think that's a great way to put it.
And Bond inspired me to write this book.
Oh, so it wasn't Pete Brooker.
No, well, it's mostly Pete.
Bond and Pete.
Yeah, so I think that's a big part of it. It's the inspiration.
Yes.
And it's knowing the stories that are behind the clothes, behind the people.
That's
because it's not just about the clothes; it's about the people.
Right.
So I think that's one of the reasons why people love the Daniel Craig Bond films.
Yes.
It's because it really made the stories more about the person that Bond is.
Absolutely.
People really want to know about the people. And that's why we focused on the people in this book, because a story about it's not about the story about how a tailor made a shirt
or chain stitch in a particular way or what have you.
Yeah, that's not that interesting.
Yeah,
I mean, it's interesting to me,
right?
But I acknowledge that it's not interesting to everyone.
It'll wane. You actually have. I'm gonna literally. This was like right here. So you have a little bit in there about these shorts, the Skyfall setters. And there it is, right there on a mannequin.
And they're from your collection, David.
Well, we didn't have to say that, but I appreciate it. By the way, no residuals for me, nothing for. Yeah, well, that's honest.
Nothing for you, David.
Folks, I work for peanuts, and it's proven. Talk to me about this because it's really interesting how these are the shorts that were in the movie, but they kind of launched an entire homage line, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, these. I think that because these are in the movie, they're one of the best pieces in the collection. I just love. I love that you can get the ones that are in the movie.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that has a special meaning to it. But they are perfect as swim shorts. I think the design is just something that's spectacular. With the side adjusters are one of my favorite things. And I love the the zips, the pockets, and the color.
Yes.
Light blue is Bond. The Bond swim trunk color is light blue. It's like if you want Bond swim trunks, you can get them any cut. But if you want, you want
the man
blue.
needs to prove it. Here are the Thunderball ones.
Blue is just the Bond swim trunk.
Exactly. And I think that's important because when you take a look at this collection behind you, right here, you see so many different aspects of blue in there, and it really does cross the ages. So I love the fact that you highlight that in here. Truly do. All right, so listen, this is not a plug for the book, this is more of a plug for Matt and Pete. They've put together an incredible tome? I don't know. It's a book.
It's a book. Let's just call it a book, David.
Let's just call it a book. Go check it out. But Matt, I'm so excited to celebrate today. We're going to celebrate some of the Bond brands, and we're kicking it off here at Orlebar Brown. I couldn't think of a better way to do it.
Yeah.
Matt, great to see you.
Great to see you.
And we're going to see him sweat. David Zaritsky and Matt Spaiser. We'll see you real soon. Take care. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.